All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. This is news and prophecy. We are in the time and season of hate and world war, okay? Babylon the Great, which is America, is about to lose horribly. And all we can do is prepare you for it. Pursuing to Jeremiah 51. There is no healing of Babylon. Let's get that, okay? Before we get into this article. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6. And it reads, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's Yahweh Shema Shai's vengeance." All right, this is the time and the season. This is the time of the Lord's Yahweh Shema Shai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, a reward. Okay? This is Babylon's time to fall. Verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Yahweh Shema Shai's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. The point. Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. And that's not going to happen. Okay? Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. All right? It's time to, you Jakes out there, you Israelites, it's time to let America go. Okay? It's time to repent. Okay? And detach yourself, all right, from this Western way. All right? From this degeneracy. Okay? Jeremiah 51 and 9, it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. And let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is even, Salaki, and is lifted up even to the skies. All right? So that great and terrible reward is getting ready to fall upon Babylon, America, man. All right? So there's no healing, there's no solution to restore this place. All right? This place is divided and is going to fall. All right, Jeremiah 51 and 10, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, have brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, our power. And all of this is happening. This is the work of the Lord. Okay, this is the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. So jumping straight into this article. This is from collapse.news. The title it reads, it says, "Divided we fall. Top 6 ways the Democrats and communist globalists aim to foment hate between U.S. citizens until the republic is destroyed." See? The collapse is going on from within. All right? Everybody's bugging the hell out. All right? Society is crumbling. All right? You know, there's no trust. People don't trust the system, you know? It's nothing but chaos and confusion. All right, so this place is on its last leg, all right? And this is the spirit of Yahweh Shai, because he said what? That he was coming in the spirit of division. This is Luke chapter 12. Yahweh Shai, it says Yahweh Shai divides men. Luke 12 and 49, it says, I am come to send fire on the earth. What will I if it be already kindled? And we see that, okay? World war, right? Which we're going to get into this article in a little bit. All right. You know, world war. Okay. Hate. Okay. Confusion. You know, people are just losing it. There's no morals in society anymore. All right. Everything is turning up, you know, because we're in the time of what? The arrival of Yahweh Shai, man, the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America. Luke 12 and 49 again, it says, I am come to send fire on the earth. This would, hey, Yahweh Shai is coming with fire. He's coming with the sword. And what will I if it already be kindled? But I have a baptism, to be baptized with. And how am I straitened till it be accomplished? All right, because Yahweh Shah had to endure his trials to receive of his glory. You know, verse 51, it says, suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division. All right, so this division that's plaguing society, this is the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Okay, there is no peace, but rather division. Luke 12:52, from henceforth there should be 5 in one household. Salakia, there should be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, then the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. All right, so that's the spirit of division. All right, separation, as we see going on here. All right, so let's read some more in this article. Okay. All right, these Edomites are losing it, man. Okay. It says, most of the hate breeding in this country has been blown out of proportion, fueled and propagandized and exaggerated by the leftist controlled mass media and the communists in Washington, D.C. Sure, there will always be racist, bigots, misogynists, and old-fashioned conservatives who oppose certain lifestyles. But as far as the whole country being divided, all right, let's highlight that. As the whole country being divided and hating each other to death, well, that's sadly been an elaborate hoax that has been gaslighted to the fullest extent to achieve one main goal: to weaken America for a communist takeover, right? And this is all being done by the elites. All right, it's all been set up. Okay, your rights are being stripped away from you. Okay, this devil is rolling in. Okay, with his charagma, his Great Reset, New World Order, right? The famine of food, laboratory meat now, which is going to be given unto the people. All right, there's a lot of shit that's going on that's destroying America from the inside out. And it's all set up, pressure from above and pressure from below. Okay? It says, reading on, okay? Let's jump down a little bit. All right, there's another part I want to make. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's the point I want to touch on here. And I'll post this article in the description box. But it says, united we stand, divided we fall. Top 6 ways the Democrats and communist globalists foment hate among U.S. citizens, all right? And it says, 1, race baiting. All right, pro-Jews versus anti-Jews, all right? We see that going on. All right, there's a divide within that. All right, those who took the Jews and those who didn't. And we see all these people dropping dead. All right? It says man versus woman, all right? Yeah, these gender wars that's going on, because hey, right now, you know, you have these various red pill movements, all right? A lot of these wicked women are being called out for the games that they play and the wicked shit that they do. And now, you know, men are holding women accountable, right? See a lot of that going on. Gender baiting, all right? You know, these devils that are upon these platforms talking about, you know, kids can change their gender and sexes and make certain choices without their parents' consent. All right, it's a lot of shit, a lot of bullshit. All right, but this all plays into the dividing of this society. It says environmentalists versus economists, conservatives. It says demonic hedonists versus religious moral driven. Yeah, you see that too. You know that do as thou wilt spirit. You know, blatant Satanism, man, which is being pushed heavily upon the kids, upon the people. All right. You know, the morals are done here. Okay. It says middle class, number 7, middle class versus the 1%. All right, because they're removing the middle class, and all you're going to have is the rich and the poor. All right, so this is most definitely you know, factors that play into the division in society. All right. It says, I just want to read a little bit before I get some more scriptures here. Okay. But it says, excuse me, jumping down, it says millions of Americans believe in God, but it seems that the demon worshiping elite and the Hollywood Satanists are pushing hard for everyone to give up on faith and drop all morals and ethics in life. And we see that now, right? There's no morals, there's no standard in the society. All right. As we say, wisdom has rotted away in America. People are gone. All right. It says this is another communist manifesto under an undercurrent in this country, pushed and advocated by the demonic leftist freaks in Washington, D.C., Hollywood, Disney, and other demonic propaganda pushers on social media. All right. It's a wrap, man. Okay. It says gender fluidity, quote unquote, and trans everything movements are unfortunately not a private personal choice anymore, but more of the falsified and morally twisted dichotomy where the gender confused people accuse everyone else of hating them and their choices while pushing perversions on teens, adolescents, children, and even toddlers. And this is what we see. All right, the alphabeticals, the nasty community have been going hard on the teens and children to push that agenda. All right, which that, like we said, that the alphabetical movement is just a disguise for Satanism, man. All right, to destroy the nuclear family, to destroy these kids. All right, to destroy marriages, men and women, children. Right, it's all part of the plan. There's also race baiting and race hating woven into this. All right, it says we see it in this curriculum in colleges, including CRT, critical race theory, at all school levels. Think furries and gender baiting. The drag queen story hour, prominent now in liberal school systems and daycare centers in metropolitan cities, libraries, and elementary schools. All right, so the point, you can read the rest of this on your own, but the point is that, all right, this society is finished. Okay? This is why everybody's fucking losing their minds, man. Right? But anyway, let's get these scriptures. All right? As we said, a time for everything, a time and season. All right? Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Verse 2, it says, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. All right. And this is a time where America is being plucked up. A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. All right. So we're clearly in the time of what? Of society breaking down. Okay. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, a time to lose, right? This is Babylon's time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak, which these prophecies are speaking, okay? A time to love, and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. All right. So we're in the time of hate and a time of war. All right. This is the book of Mark chapter 3. All right. Because what we're reading in the heading here, divided we fall. Okay. Top 6 ways Democrats, communist globalists aim to foment hate between U.S. citizens until the republic is destroyed. Okay? Because this place was set up off of hate. And we're going to get that too. Real quick, Mark 3:23, it says, and he called unto them, Mark 3:23, and he called unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. right? Until the republic is destroyed. All right? Divided we fall. Okay? Mark 3:25, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. All right? And we see that Satan, all right, you Edomites are divided within yourselves, Egyptian versus Egyptian. Okay? America is losing its grip. These Edomites are done. Okay? Let's get this too, because like I said, this place was established off of hate. And it's going to go out with hate and great violence. Okay? This is Ezekiel 35, prophesy against Mount Seir. All right? Mount Seir would be America today. All right? Through the Spirit, it says, Ezekiel 35:1, moreover, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. All right? This is what we're doing. We're prophesying against this place. Babylon. All right? America. It says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shah, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. This is future prophecy. Okay? Because Mount Seir wasn't destroyed with fire. Okay? This is talking about this place, America, Babylon, Idumea, Mount Seir. Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast hated not blood, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. All right. So this place, which was established off hate and violence, all right, the rape, robbery, and murder of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, you Israelites. Okay. The Lord said, look, now blood is going to pursue you. Okay. And the Lord is going to bring that destruction by the way of nuclear war. All right. We are in the time and season of hate and world war. Real quick. Okay. This came out I believe it was yesterday. All right. This is from sun.com. It says 0 hour how Putin is preparing massive assault with 500,000 men on two fronts. And Ukraine think they know the exact date. All right. 500,000 soldiers, man. All right. Putin's blitz. Okay. So they're getting ready to go against NATO. 500,000 troops, man. Okay. So this war is getting heavier, man. Okay. And I'm not going to read the article. You know, I'll post this as well, but we're just identifying the time and the season. A time of war and a time of hate. Right? This is from Collapse News. It says Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis says nuclear war is inevitable. U.S. has, quote, no plan in Ukraine. All right? No plan, no healing, no solution. All right? Guaranteed destruction. Right? I'm just going to read a little bit of this. But it says, following the West's recent decision to send tanks to Ukraine to use against Russia, Army Lieutenant Colonel Daniel L. Davis warned that provocation, should it result in a NATO invocation of the Mutual Defense Clause, will eventually result in nuclear war. You see? There's no stopping this thing. Okay? It says, Davis, who spent more than 2 decades in active service, including deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan, have told the independent media that just because tanks are being sent does not mean that Ukraine actually knows how to use them. Right? Because remember, Ukraine is being aided right now through America and NATO with all types of tanks and weaponry. All right. Remember, Biden was spending millions. All right. 800 million, 400 million. All right. To fund the war over there in Ukraine. Okay. It says, let's jump down a little bit. Okay. Salakia. Oh, here we go. Let's read this point real quick, too. It says, if NATO and the West keep pushing to the limit, Russia will pull the nuclear option. All right. So America and NATO are leaving Russia no options but to use nuclear weaponry. All right. According to prophecy, it's going down. Russia knows it cannot successfully Russia knows it cannot successfully defeat NATO and the West without deploying nuclear weapons. Davis warns, conventionally speaking, Russia simply lacks the military capability. Russia simply lacks the military capacity to get the job done unless it pulls out the big guns. It says there is zero chance, and I mean zero, no point anything that Russia could ever militarily defeat NATO in a conventional sense, Davis said. Okay? So nuclear war is guaranteed, man. All right? Real quick. All right, Isaiah 9 and 5. Straight to the point. Isaiah 9 and 5, it says, For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. This is how it's going to go down. All right? We are very, very close. Okay? And I'll post these articles, man. You know, just it's all news and prophecy. All right? Let's get this and we'll wrap it up. Okay? 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1, it says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. You don't see that? Okay, the words of Yahweh Shema Shai are faithful and true. Okay? Prophecy. It says, 2 Ezra 15 and 3, Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. All right, plain. You don't believe you're going to perish. Okay? It says, Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right. Now it's time for the Lord to work. All right. The judgments, the sins of Babylon have reached the heavens, man. Right. Jumping down. Verse 14, 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and we see that. Okay. The sword and its destruction draweth nigh. Right. And it says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, going back to what? A society divided. Divided we fall, right? Can't make this up. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, all right? Verse 16, for there should be sedition among men, all right? Sedition, rebellions, uproars. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, lawlessness. Okay, it says, a man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil the goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. So you're going to see more crime, theft, robberies, murders. All these things are going to increase as society continues to be divided and fall until the republic is destroyed, man. All right. So Bible prophecy is speaking loud and clear. All right. But can you hear it? You know, so news and prophecy. I pray that this quick lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham. Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. Hey, shalom.